Rain poured down through the night when Officer Elena Cruz came to the small convenience store, gun still warm from the previous shot. The clerk was bleeding, trembling and mumbling that the robber had known where he kept the cash box. Detective Marcus Hale entered the door, his face firm but weary, eyes surveying each detail. The security camera caught a masked person, serene, measured, no panic of movement. Not a crime of opportunity, and it had been planned. Marcus picked up a brass key that had fallen by the register, embossed with a number. Elena saw him tuck it into his pocket. The clerk attempted to say something, but the sounds disappeared. Marcus glared at Elena and merely said, "This isn't the first, and it won't be the last." Outside, the sirens wailed in the rain. Marcus and Elena spent the following days pursuing pieces, pawn shops, shattered street cameras, corner informants telling them about a man who hired thieves for very specific work. The brass key directed them to a storage locker listed to a phony company. Inside, they discovered boxes of pay-and-toss phones, fake IDs, and a ledger, names, dates, addresses of crimes to be committed. As they thumbed through pages, FBI agent Robert Kane burst in, exercising federal jurisdiction. Marcus disregarded him and turned over another page. One entry was underlined with red ink. At the bottom, in another hand, "The broker approves." A shadow nobody had ever glimpsed, yet everybody dreaded. Kane insisted on cooperation. Marcus didn't say a word, but Elena saw his jaw clench. They had located the architect. The second lead led to City Hall. The ledger held a photo of Mayor Evelyn Shaw shaking hands with men associated with laundering operations. Elena was so eager to believe the mayor was innocent, but Marcus had witnessed too many smiles so well-groomed to conceal rot. The pressure grew. Kane was demanding arrests. The captain was pleading for quiet. The walls were closing in on Marcus. Late one night at a diner, he informed Elena the handwriting in the ledger coordinated with reports written by their own captain years earlier. Betrayal from within their own station. Elena's phone vibrated. A text, anonymous. "Stop now, or your family pays." Her hand shook. Marcus put his over her own. "This is how they win," he said. "Fear. We don't break." They set a trap at a derelict warehouse by the docks, basing the next exchange off the schedule in the ledger. Fog crept in over the river as they crept. But the minute they stepped inside, shots rang out. The captain stepped out of the shadows, gun trained on Kane, eyes hard with greed, not guilt. He had talked of power, of protection paid in corruption. Elena, blood seeping from a grazing bullet wound, still held her gun firm. Marcus threw a flashbang, the warehouse going off like a firework in light and sound. Kane took down the captain. Marcus ran after a hooded figure running out the rear with a duffel bag. The figure vanished into the fog, leaving behind only the sound of a voice slowed by a speaker. "You pursue illusions. I determine fates." The broker remained at large. Days after, Elena healed in a hospital bed, white but alive. Marcus paid her a visit, the city skyline aglow beyond the window. He informed her that the captain was in custody, the mayor's office being investigated, and the press referring to the team as heroes. But he did not smile. The duffel he had snatched in the turmoil contained just a burner phone, nothing more. The phone flashed that morning. One text. "The game now starts." Marcus stood by himself atop a building early this morning, the city stirring below him, sirens far off. The brass key hung uncomfortably in his hand. Elena's voice haunted him. "We did what we could." He gazed out across the streets. The fine line between justice and corruption reached far, and Marcus knew that he hadn't yet crossed it. He was still treading it,